I would like to say genetics, but I also do this stretching technique that really helps.
Oh,
Well, maybe because in utero I developed as a female, so
I'm sorry to hear about that.
and I don't know.
I'm happy about it.
I don't know if I'll be able to use any of that, but so I've got two very special beers here today. These were originally supposed to be a Christmas present to my friend Keith. Keith was the guy I did that Wheelin podcast with. I'll give you guys stickers if you want some.
Free stickers.
So unfortunately, he passed away beginning of last year. These were unfortunately not gifted to him yet. So they were gifted to me to do on that podcast when I got it back up and running. That being said, I haven't done that yet. And I figure, what the hell? I'm tired of dusting them off. So we're doing a beer podcast. So thanks to Angie. I know these were meant for Keith, but they're going to go to a good cause with some good friends. I've been saving them for that special occasion to share with some good people. So one of Keith's favorite beers was the SOB.
We're going to cheers
So
here.
I'm going to cheers to everybody here.
Cheers. Cheers to Keith.
And here's to you, Keith. All right, let's get this shit started. Wait, don't turn the channel. You've tuned into High Gravity.
The show where we talk about beer, brewing, and bullshit.
Where the only thing we take seriously is the next round.
So grab a glass.
Fill it with something cold.
And enjoy the show.
Oh, we weren't supposed to drink the entire pour.
Oh, no, we can.
I
wasn't a shot.
Is
but
that
you
how?
can if you
It's
want
always a shot.
Chug it.
All right.
Are we already recording?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So that
Okay,
was the
good.
intro, then we cut.
Oh.
Yeah.
So then let's
Oh, this is your first one.
yeah, this is my first podcast.
We
Just
suck at
This is my
introductions.
first beer. Ever.
ever. You look like the type.
It's my first time.
But I want to make sure we start off by saying, you know, the all extra voices you hear.
So, introductions.
Yes, we have Kellie and Becky here today with us, who are, you know, lovely locals and also bartenders here at StarCraft.
And I have a favorite bartender at StarCraft.
You will hear about that later. Trust me.
By the end of the show, we will know who the favorite is.
And we happen to have you know, John or Baron the Cretin just hanging out with us here, so you might hear him a couple of times.
I'll chime in. Not as much as my first one, but I'll chime in. Thanks for having me back, Art.
Yeah,
You realize our guests always keep coming back. They just love us that much.
Yep.
it's
They always
it's
come back.
weird, man. It's almost like we record 3
Isn't it
episodes in a row.
It's kind of a parasitical trait, isn't it? It doesn't go away, it just keeps coming back.
It's got nothing
Or no,
to do
that's
with
an
the free
STD,
beer.
never
It's
mind.
got nothing to do with the free beer.
It's like herpes.
The gift that keeps on
That
giving.
won't go away.
So what's this first one, Johnny? Let's get it started.
Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I should have probably read the bottle.
This
to see what the hell
actually,
I was
we
doing.
talked about Three Blind Mice, the beer bar in Mount Clemens last episode, and this was one of the beers that I tried there first. I remember very specifically the first beer I ever had there was Young's Double Chocolate Stout, and it tasted like chocolate ice cream with chocolate sauce on top of it. It was incredible. This I liked better though because it was like
I forgot to check.
less like drinking Hershey's chocolate syrup and more like
Yeah.
drinking a beer. But I'm looking forward to trying this.
I'm surprised it's
Again.
only 5%, but
Isn't all beer organic?
Well, not if you organic in the sense that it's made from like ingredients that exist in nature. Oh yes, we must respect the open. I liked that.
That was a good
I
one.
liked it. That was a good one. Yeah.
not my first time.
No.
So just some information about the Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout is brewed in Tadcaster, England. It's gently roasted with organic chocolate malt, organic cocoa. It's smooth, characters to the beer, chocolate forward.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it. Like I'm always curious, like, you know, like organic fruits and vegetables tend to taste better, but like I don't know how that can translate, you know, through the grains into a beer. So I'm curious
this
to see
is-
if organic really
This
makes
is
a difference.
damn good.
I'm also very interested to try this because we can only go up from where we were before.
That's true.
Yeah.
From last week.
We tried some.
Last week's beer, we can only go up.
Yeah, some older bottles.
It's
that
always
were
better
past
to
their
go up.
prime. I don't know.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
I prefer the other direction.
I've been told going down's pretty good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm pouring a little more of that. Just
Pour the beer,
Did you
Hillary.
taste that?
I did.
It's like an orgasm.
Tastes like chocolate.
It's a beer gasm.
It's a beergasm.
Oh man, that is good.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but good doesn't explain it. What are we tasting? I
get-
taste chocolate. Sweet
Heavy
chocolate.
chocolate, yeah.
I get vanilla up
I do.
front first.
I get vanilla first.
Yeah, first vanilla.
You know,
That's your nose.
It tastes like the flavor of a Tootsie Roll to me.
I
Not
can
at
see
all.
that.
Yeah.
No, I don't taste Tootsie Roll.
On the end of it, it's a lot cleaner than I was anticipating.
I think it smells like a
It's
Tootsie Roll.
lighter than I thought.
It
was
smells
gonna
like a
be, too.
Tootsie Roll, but it tastes vanilla first,
Yes.
Yeah.
then the chocolate.
This is definitely one that I might be able to drink almost the whole bottle of.
Or two.
Oh, easily.
Yeah,
Where
it's
it's light enough where
it's thinner. Yeah,
Yeah.
off the palate,
but
it's thinner
very,
than you
very
expect.
full
Yeah.
of that chocolatey, vanilla.
This is phenomenal.
And I do want to apologize to all of our listeners that this beer specifically is not high gravity, but I assure you,
Yeah, I didn't notice it either.
That
I thought it was.
But special reasons.
yes,
Oh, yeah,
this is
yeah.
this is a special reason.
Oh, I wouldn't have cared. I'd have shared it anyway.
Turns out Johnny just can't read, and it's actually 15%.
I thought that said 1.5.
You're like, I double checked because I was worried at first. Like, damn it.
We'll have to get the 4 Ubers that work around here to take us all
Are there
home.
Ubers here?
I don't know. I found one
I'm
in my
sure.
entire
Well,
life being here.
There's DoorDash now. Like
Lyft.
there was when we were full-time remote for like COVID and all that shit, like
a little F1,
my
pass it back
my
around.
work would always be like, oh, we're gonna all have lunch together and everyone gets a DoorDash coupon or whatever, and I'm like, they don't have that. They're like, well, you go pick up your lunch and we'll just reimburse you for the cost of your
Wanna
lunch.
smell it?
And I'm like, oh.
We'll just lick it.
Thanks, John, for the empty bottle.
You offer and they just lick
wasn't
it.
me.
I'm impressed.
That's the best
It's the
part.
music thing. It works well for me.
Yeah.
You do have the nickname Hot John. I've heard it so many times.
Hey, imagine if you were a guitar player, too.
I know, right?
Oh wait,
If you're really good with your fingers, you know.
Hey.
Oh boy.
that's what I've heard about him specifically. I don't know anything about it.
Speaking from
You wouldn't know anything
experience.
about that.
Yes. No.
Jim.
No, definitely not.
Well,
Don't tell my
week-
wife.
Last week he wanted to kiss John, so.
Wanted to?
Did it
Oh,
happen?
you did?
How do you think we,
We
both
need to
got
hear the
sick?
story.
Oh, I
don't
didn't
know.
Speaking of which, I didn't want to bring it up, but you still got a little bit of my chapstick on your.
Oh, that's fine.
That's why he's tasting cherry.
Yeah, I wondered why this chocolate beer tasted like
I
cherry.
kissed a John and I liked it.
The other John's starting to feel a bit uncomfortable, and he's stuck in the corner.
You chose your seat.
Yeah, I know. Surrounded by electronics and computers. This makes sense now.
Yeah, this beer is actually a very welcome reprieve from
Yes.
the last ones. It's not heavy like the last ones, which is nice because you come off those like, well, all we've drank is heavy beers today.
Yeah.
We've had the SOB and we had the CBS and the KBS, and even the mead we were sampling earlier. Like the mead is like 18%.
16 legally.
I missed a meat.
It's 16%.
Did you have to throw the legally in there?
Do I need to bleep that? Should I bleep that?
What is it actually?
Actually.
But I actually didn't know that barrel-aged beers, you aren't allowed to say that they increase the alcohol content. Like, it has to be the alcohol content of the beer that you
Yes,
brewed.
because you can't add alcohol to the beer unless you have a different license.
Well,
Interesting.
So when we barrel age something, there can be no alcohol in it.
well, there is no alcohol in it.
Exactly.
It's in the wood.
So it doesn't change it.
It's always in the wood.
Oh boy.
Too much alcohol in the wood makes
Here
it
we
not
go.
work so well.
It doesn't. Sorry for you.
It really softens the wood.
I can't have these conversations with my employees.
Oh yeah.
That's all right. We can.
Now's the time to do it, though.
I was saying, you can't
We're not on the clock.
Hey, wait a minute. We're not open. You're not open yet. They're not employees.
Today we don't work for you. We work for your dad.
Oh, I like that. In fact, I quit today.
Are you a lawyer? You should be, because the way you worked your way around that.
She's holding her glass like a fancy person,
I'm
swirling it
fancy.
around.
I do have to say though, with this,
we don't work for you today, Daryl.
for having the words chocolate and stout in
Yeah.
the label, it's full of the flavor. But man, this
not
is
very
light.
stouty.
It's very it's very
Not a
light.
lot of the typical stout characteristics.
I would almost
I actually really
Yeah.
like that.
I would almost say more
porter. Yeah.
exactly.
Well, here, let me...
Smoother, that's
There,
all.
there
Couple
is
Johns
there's
agreeing
quite
over here.
there's quite a lot of words on the
Ooh,
back
the
of this,
reading.
so let me read because I'm
Can you paraphrase it?
Sound it out.
And now a story from Jim.
the Tahi. Oh, brewed with water from the original brewery, well sunk in 1758. The gently roasted organic chocolate malt and real organic cocoa used in this ale impart a delicious, smooth, and creamy character.
We're going down.
With inviting deep flavors
think
and
that's
a
mine.
delightfully
Your
finish.
I didn't go down on you.
Oh, what?
Who writes these?
I'm not reading any more of the bottle.
Hey, you invited us. Remember that.
I'm not sure.
They're going off script.
Side conversation going on here.
I was just going to tell you, maybe trim up a little bit. It was really long. What the hell?
Au natural.
I tried
It's
to
gonna be
keep
scary.
it together.
I did not anticipate it going this way today. This is still the first beer of the episode.
Well, it makes sense. It's not the new year yet, so I haven't had my yearly shave, you know?
New Year's over.
Don't be scary,
Oh, yes,
Gary.
it is.
Gary.
That's what I meant.
This is like first weekend of February.
Yeah, you're
right.
My God.
Really dating myself here.
You know what?
Becky and I still have to catch up.
John,
man.
cut that.
No.
We were at the bar earlier.
You'll learn quickly.
I had
John
one.
doesn't cut
And
shit.
water.
She drank water. I did not. I don't drink
What was
water.
that?
Yeah, the mic etiquette of having this many people is very
tough,
difficult.
yes.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah, so I guess I should have said that at the beginning of the episode, but for those who have made it this far, thank you. Please continue.
Don't turn us off yet. More to come.
Pictures will follow.
I,
That might help.
Maybe.
Kelly did her hair. Both upstairs and down.
I went to the
For a
bathroom and Jim was
podcast,
in there,
what is
right?
this?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
I went to
this
the
is
bathroom,
funny.
Jim's in there, and the first thing I say is, both the girls ended up doing their makeup and hair. They're looking really good for a podcast.
Well, then I tell him, I was like, my wife had to work this morning, and she's going to her parents afterwards for a New Year's party, and I didn't know if I was going to the party, and so she took like everything from our bathroom, and I was like, you took all the hairbrushes and combs and everything. I'm like, I don't even get to brush my hair this morning. Good thing this is fucking no video, just
Guy
audio.
just used one of the car wash ones or a fork.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
I just like rubbed it back, and I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck it, it's the headphones that are making my hair look like shit, not me.
You guys don't have to worry that much about getting ready, though.
No, I'm already married. Who am I trying to impress?
Jim, I'm going to kiss you either way. And it's funny that you say that getting ready, because I woke up and it's like 9:45, and my girlfriend's like, don't you have something to do at 10? And I'm like, yeah, it's like 5 minutes away from the house. And she's like, well, don't you have to get ready? And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
brushed my teeth.
this is how I get ready.
Maybe
It's
put
not
on
a
clean
process.
underwear.
Yeah.
That's if you wear
I could
underwear.
squeeze in a shower right now if I wanted to.
Yeah, that is really nice about being, not a fancy man. Oh, good, that's a great sound.
Just get one of the guys back. One of the other guys takes a picture.
Just keep your thumb
It
out of
doesn't take me that long to get ready. It took me 10 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
impressive.
a
I'm gonna
10
call
minute guy.
bullshit on that one.
It didn't take me that long.
10 minutes. Oh, okay. Add my shower, 15 minutes.
That's impressive.
Damn.
I don't
That's
like
usually a
taking that
whole
long.
day thing with
Nope.
Yeah.
girls
keep it
waking up
short.
at 6 in the morning, and you're like, we don't have to be anywhere till 2:30.
I look good when I roll out of bed.
All right, that's cool.
Here,
Wah,
here.
wah, wah.
I'll agree with you on that. My hair looks better the next day than when I actually get out of the shower
Oh,
and try
yeah,
to
same.
do something with it.
Yeah, my hair turns into like a puffball, and it looks like I'm wearing a helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's always. It's actually a little down still, but it's normally just puffs up.
Yeah,
but I've never had
you
hair
have
this
a-
long
You
before,
have
though,
a
so.
set of hair on you.
Dude,
you
it
have
annoys
a
the
nice.
shit out of me.
Don't take that for granted. You have a good set of hair.
And if you've ever seen my dad, it's
look like
that,
a-
but all gray.
You look like a Lego.
Hey,
It looks like you could pull your hair right off.
calling me square?
No, just so you could pull your hair off and
Yeah, you
switch
can
it
take
out
that
with something
whole.
else.
It looks like you set it on in the morning, like Darth Vader's helmet.
see, my father-in-law has white hair, and he's had it since he was like 20 something, and he's like, you know what? I don't care what color it is, as long as I still have it.
Right.
So hey,
Like I said, my dad he was born in 1957. It's this but gray. Nothing's changed, and I'm not even kidding when I say this. When I don't go
Kinda
to
wanna
hair
touch
cutting
it.
places, you can pet it.
Touch it.
Can I touch it?
Sure.
you're allowed to touch it.
Touch it.
No, don't touch there.
He has
Come on.
hair.
Touch.
You don't touch his hair. You run your fingers through it. That's what his
Do
hair is.
you like
Yeah.
style it? Do
Nope.
you blow dry that shit?
I wet it down and I brush it back. That's
Just
all.
heard his boner hit the
See,
Is that what?
No, I was trying to thump my foot like a dog when
It
you
was a
scratch
boner.
it, but I couldn't get it going.
Oh, I thought
enough.
you dropped that giant bottle over there.
the only reason I made effort today is because I have those bangs now that make me look like I'm 15. To make them not annoying, I have to like style it. I
You
get the
have to
round
do
brush,
something
hair
with them.
dryer, hair dryer. Gotta
You
get them
realize
out of my face.
We have a problem.
Yeah, with this many
I'm
people,
empty.
the beer
What do
goes
you do?
really fast.
And
Oh,
unfortunately,
yeah.
the next one's
It's
smaller.
weird though. There's a bunch of beer over there.
I know who'd have
There's
thought.
more.
But we've already drank all that beer.
I got to finish the
I
story and then I'll
haven't.
bust the other one
All
out.
right, let me go.
So I can't go to most hair cutting places. They hate me because I clog the shears and jam their scissors. And I'm not kidding. I'm cheap. My mom will cut my hair. I make fun of me. I don't give a shit. Thank you, Mom.
My wife has cut my hair for 15 years.
So I am
Cut
not.
my own hair.
I am not kidding when I say this.
Womp womp.
My mom has to use horse trimming shears to cut my hair, and
Really?
I'm not kidding.
Now-
she gets it at Farming Home here in Richmond.
So
to
you're
cut my
saying
hair.
you're thick.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I have a follow-up question to the horse shears.
Okay.
When she does your beard, the hot towel, is it a horse blanket that she puts on?
A wet one.
A wet horse blanket for your follow-up?
No. I use a trimmer on that, but I have to. It takes a long
for
time. to get
context,
rid of
for
it.
context, last
Yeah.
episode we discussed tasting notes that you get from like beer school or whatever the
Classes.
wines. One of
Yeah.
the tasting notes is wet horse blanket, and we discussed like who the fuck
And
went
manure.
and tasted a wet horse blanket to be like, this tastes like
And
that
wet
shitty
cardboard.
wine I just made.
In the business, they call that a callback. I can't believe I remember that from a week
So
ago.
this one's gonna make. Feels like it was just an hour ago.
Yeah, right?
Not even. So this one is a 13%. So I'm gonna redeem a little
There
bit
we
of
go.
that.
We're getting back to high
This
gravity.
is an odd side, if I'm going to say this right, a deleterious imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels.
You had me at
Gotta
Sorry.
love the bourbon barrels.
And,
All right, let's try this one the other way this time.
ooh, that's nice.
There.
And Odd Side is, of course, a Michigan brewery out on the West Coast.
And we did an outside beer probably 3 weeks ago,
Yep.
I'd say.
Bean Flicker.
Holy
The
shit.
bean
No,
flicker.
wait, we didn't do Bean Flicker. You were
You
just
guys
obsessed
did
with Bean Flicker.
definitely did the
We
bean
did the
flicker.
bean flicker in the cock.
Oh, that was Big
Oh,
Red
yeah,
Cock
Big
and the
Red-
Bean
Yep,
Flicker.
we
Yeah.
did the cock
There's
and
a
the bean
big red
flicker.
cock.
That's
Yes.
Brewery Vivant.
Don't get too excited.
But the thing is, no, we didn't actually drink the Big Red Cock or the Bean Flicker. We drank different beers from those breweries, and because
But
Daryl saw
everybody
those
loves
names,
the bean
So
flicker.
we
Everyone
drank
loves
from
the
the
bean-
Big Red
classic.
Cock and drank from the Bean
It is a
Flicker. Is that what you're
classic.
saying?
Do they do
If
a
you play your
barrel
cards right.
bean flicker?
yes.
I was going to say, I thought
They do a
did.
barrel bean?
Yeah.
I've never had it.
Sweet Jesus, this smells good.
So yeah, so this is just a barrel
my
aged stout.
God.
Like what's
Yeah.
what's the
does
story
smell
behind
really
this?
good.
I didn't read the bottle.
That
I'm
smells
working on
thick.
AI right now. I know.
All right, good. We
Smells
consult.
thick with two
Robot,
C's.
figure this out for me.
Oh my God.
Is there a little bit left? I didn't want to. I want to make sure everyone else got a pour.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little more of that too.
You should take
See,
some more.
Me and John are split.
I'm gonna split that. I'm gonna take Keith's share. Oh,
Oh, see,
You got a full pour. You got a full pour.
we're lousy with John's over here.
Yeah, I
Gets
guess.
confused.
What do you smell?
wrong, John. Chocolate.
It doesn't smell great to me, but
It doesn't either, no.
Kind of smells like licorice.
Wet horse blanket?
Licorice. I get heavy chocolate.
I
like
get
a dark
more
chocolate.
manure
It's
than
more of
horse
a dark.
blanket.
It's a little bit of. It's a little bitterness on it.
Just a touch. Again, like
Not
a
too much.
If I'm saying it, right,
Yep.
a fine cacao.
Yep, I put it in my mouth. It's
Proud of you.
Please don't spit on the table.
Man down.
Hang on.
Man down.
Swallow only.
Yeah, don't spit on the table, please.
We forgot to call out this beautiful new covering for the
Oh yeah,
card table.
the table that we always podcast from is the card table. I
don't know.
What I always call the cool kids table at the brewery, because like all the regulars,
Not bad.
all the Mug Club members always sit here, and even though there's open tables, we'll cram like 13 or 14 of us around this
Yeah.
table because we
should
all want to
take-
sit
we should
next
take
to
it
each
home.
other.
There's a very stoutiness to this.
Well, then
in the
I'm assuming everybody will see this, right? Because if we post any of the pictures of the
It'll be
actual-
on there,
Yeah,
yeah.
you'll be
You
able
can
to check
you can
it out.
follow our Untapped as well.
And one
we
day-
post all of our beers on the High Gravity podcast Untapped.
And one day we'll
And
talk
Facebook.
about the StarCraft Mafia story of what started
Oh, that'll be a good
Yeah,
story.
are there
4 or
shirts for
5
that yet?
years ago. Won't talk about today, but there's a story behind
How
it.
do you become a member?
You
Like,
can't.
gotta
You can't,
kill
it already
someone, or-
happened.
It's a thing that's already happened.
There is something that's coming up. We'll talk about that in a future episode.
Interesting.
In a future episode.
so we
Sorry,
can
I'm used to the
become
mic
part of the
being here.
mafia. I want to become part of the mafia.
You are part of them.
I mean, I'm Italian. I have ties to the actual mafia. Just saying.
So let's talk about this beer a little
I
bit.
also know a lot of sketchy people.
The aroma to me is a little bit problematic. It smells a little
You
funky.
want me to read a
Yes.
little bit here?
Yeah, I would like to hear what you say
Yeah,
before
like-
So-
we pass our judgment.
What it's pulling up is, the 11% for a potent brew.
11. This is
It's-
13, buddy.
Well,
You got the right
AI
one?
might be a little stupid. No, that's the deleterious, right?
Numbers are
Yeah,
hard. at
deleterious.
Wrong bottle.
This one.
Oh,
This
yeah,
one.
yep.
The bottle says 13.
But this is the barrel aged one. So do
Oh,
they
so
have?
that might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might not be the
Pull up
barrel.
the wrong
Okay,
fucking
hold on.
beer.
I'll pull up the barrel age.
All right.
I could also see what Untapped has to say about it. Does it have a barcode? I can just scan it.
Yep.
Fancy.
Boom.
I like the label.
the label is dope as
Kelly
fuck.
likes
Oddside
skulls.
does great labeling. I like the
They
matte,
do.
the matte finish that they do on
yeah.
all their labels.
Yeah.
They do have really good labels.
Yeah, they got really, really good. Well,
It makes me want to drink their beer.
Last week we were talking
beer's
about
good.
one of my favorites of all time, which is the barrel aged Mayan Mocha, and that is one of the ones that that got me obsessed with Odd Side.
Yeah.
And from their darker ones to even a lot of their lighter ones. I mean, I think all around, I can't remember the last time I've had an Odd Side ale and been like, it doesn't really do much for me.
I don't know that I've had a bad one.
Did you start drinking it because of the label or because of the beer?
So, oddly enough, the first time, have you ever been to a dive bar that has a craft beer and they don't realize what they have?
Oh, yeah. I was getting Talls at a local one.
Okay.
They didn't, it was like a 11 or 13% or something like
Yep.
that. It's supposed to be like this size glass.
Yep.
I was getting the Talls for like $6. So
that
4.
That is what happened when I tried Mayan Mocha for the first time.
Nice.
They had the barrel aged, and they were serving it in 22-ounce glasses.
Yeah.
And this was years ago, so I was still relatively new. I had some of the microbrews under my belt.
Yeah.
But you almost have a little bit of naivety where you think that the people that are serving you this beer, they at least look at the label.
No.
No, they don't, especially in a dive bar. And it turned into, I think I had 3 of those, and I stumbled to go to a second location, another callback to last week, but it was, and you go to stand up and you're instantly almost on the ground. It was unbelievable.
Been there, yeah. Anyways, we've been ignoring Mr. Darrell here.
Oh, no, I was just waiting for the story to go here. So I finally smelled, I haven't even tasted it yet. I smelled it, though, and I smell really strong chocolate cocoa in there right up front. So I know I have the right one now. But it's raw cocoa, espresso, mingled with vanilla, bourbon, and oak scents.
It's all there.
Is what it's set up.
A lot on the go.
And it smells really good. Like
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
cocoa
sure
forward.
Yeah, it's definitely cocoa.
on Untapped they call this the
Not
double
chocolate,
oak.
cocoa.
Yeah. Initially, I think because of the bourbon, I smelled like black licorice or something. But you got to get your nose like right up in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what she said.
That's the point of the glass. So that is meant to get your nose in there.
Stick your
and
face
it helps
in there.
concentrate the scent into the
All right.
opening so
Well,
you can smell it
I just
better.
spit mine back into the glass because I got chunks in mine.
No spitting allowed.
Oh.
Yeah, well, there's normally not chunks.
There's not chunks.
I got the bottom of the glass or
Are
the
those
bottle.
your
Oh, it's
chunks?
your own.
Do you want to switch glasses?
Oh, wow.
realize
I'll
you'll
take
be
the
fine.
chunks.
I would have drank it, but they were like chunks, like hard chunks.
I like hard
So
chunks. Let's
not
switch.
hard chunks in your mouth.
What the hell's going on with this?
I prefer hard hunks in my mouth, not hard chunks.
Hey, John.
So the beer has hard chocolate
Thank you.
notes to it. We've got the oak and the vanilla, and what else was in it?
Is it
He
John's
got the one that was
chapstick?
brewed with cottage cheese on accident.
Oh my God.
Poor guy.
Very rare.
Do you really switch?
They only did one.
No.
Sometimes- does it say
Again,
a
I've
year
been
on that
getting over
bottle?
getting sick, so you don't want my,
Here,
my glass.
does it
But
say year on the
seriously,
bottle?
It's high enough alcohol.
the year on the bottle?
Yeah, does it say a year?
I didn't see a year.
2012, I thought it said.
Oh.
It actually aged
Let's
really
see
well.
one.
I thought I saw a year.
If it's that old, it actually aged
Maybe at
pretty
the
well.
bottom.
Yeah, taste wise.
I didn't think
It'll
it
normally be a
Oh, wait,
stamp on
what's
there.
that?
Yeah.
So here's a question for some of the people
the
and
design.
also kind of myself is, so what would, even aging it, what would cause it to get kind of chunky? Because I know you have
It's probably just
sediment.
yeast.
It's
Yeah.
the sediment
yeast,
that
yeah.
sit
It's
on the
just
bottom,
Because
yeah.
I know you
It's
get
nothing to worry about. It's just the texture really threw
Right.
me
Yeah.
off because
So
like
you-
normally the yeast is soft, and this yeast had sat there and gotten
That's what they
very
call
solidified.
hardback. So when a bottle stands vertical, and all the stuff goes to the bottom, and it'll actually kind of lock together, and that's where you get the chunkiness from. Like a lot of beers, some of them will tell you like
You have to roll the can.
when you're doing that. So
M43.
that's,
M43, yeah.
that
Those
gives you
little-
kind of
You want to
a
hire
hazy
the right
look to it.
bartenders.
So when you guys are storing these for an extended period of time, do you do any sort of rotation? Do you do any sort of thing? Or-
So generally speaking, with beer, just cool dark place.
Yep,
Yeah.
keep it dark.
Biggest thing you're going to run to is if it's corked or not.
okay.
If it's corked, you typically want to store it on its side so the cork stays wet.
Yeah.
Dry out, I guess that makes sense.
Otherwise,
Okay.
the cork will
Always
dry
better when it's
out.
wet.
Air gets in.
Cork can dry out. Well, so what it does, that allows an outside air, potentially an outside yeast, bacteria, or contaminant that'll spoil the
Yeah, you
beer,
wanna keep the
wine,
cork
meat, or whatever it
swole.
is. Yeah,
So what you're basically saying is that the beer gets a yeast infection.
potentially, yeah.
Yeah, it was
That
just
might be your fault.
it It was more the texture than anything
So
really
wasn't
threw
it
me
like
off.
8 podcasts ago we talked about the yeast?
We didn't tell that specific story.
okay.
I don't know if we should
No,
on the
we
show.
shouldn't. We'll just keep going.
No, I
Yeah.
told
Are you
the
sure?
story
That's
about that
behind the
woman in the
Patreon wall,
elevator.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that one would be a good one for Patreon. We'll fill everybody in on that when we're done for today.
And follow the OnlyFans for feet pics.
For yeast picks.
Yeah, yeast picks.
Oh God!
Well, we did discuss that.
How did that old show High Gravity? What
twins.
happened to them? Well, they started posting yeast pics on OnlyFans.
Really went off the rails. It was
You're not
very
getting yeast
unfortunate.
picks here.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
We'll have
Okay,
to,
thanks.
We'll have
Guys,
to get
check out
that.
my sourdough starter.
And this will be the last episode of the Sarcraft.
Like that Amish friendship bread starter, you just keep passing it around.
I remember when that became
She
a really
sounds
popular thing. Yeah. She about to catch this blessing.
We have fun here.
Probably too much fun.
That's what I'm told. And it's my wife doesn't want to listen to the episodes, and she's like, I don't drink beer, and I'm like, listen, it's
don't
not
blame
about
her.
beer. The beer is a convenient excuse for us to be assholes.
My wife doesn't listen either. My girlfriends do. We're good.
You can say that because your wife doesn't listen.
Exactly. I'm fine now.
His
I can
girlfriends
say
are-
whatever I want now.
Your girlfriends are the reason you're up to 8 subscribers now.
5 years down the road, this episode plays in the court case.
She gets it all.
Hello to the judge and jury.
Hey, Johnny.
We salute you.
Johnny, delete that, please.
We need like a full-time producer who's just sitting there like cutting things on the fly.
Like, you guys just shut up. Stop.
That's what the notebook's for.
Yeah.
Notice how the notebook has not moved since the first episode.
I've showed it twice. I've made two notes.
Oh, two.
Two notes.
Well, I know the first one.
Two
is about,
notes?
I know the first one was from last week about this episode.
Yeah.
What was your second one?
Here's to you, ostrich babysitter. You're out there each day, wrangling those enormous flightless birds as if it's a walk in the park. You dodge those pecks with grit, never letting an ostrich ruffle your feathers. You demonstrate a level of patience that makes a saint look like an impatient toddler. As the sun sets, you head home, your day's work done, with a few new plumage-inspired hairstyles to show for it. Now it's time to kick back with a beer that's just like you, unconventional, full of character, and utterly unforgettable. So here's to you, ostrich babysitter. You're not just surviving your day, you're absolutely smashing it. Now go ahead and reward yourself with a damn good beer, because you, my friend, truly deserve it.
What about this episode?
Beat that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
Jim's mug number. It's a good question, Jim.
We don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm curious about our time because like I want another beer. I don't want to.
You haven't finished your chunky one.
I'm not going to.
Just use your teeth as a filter. Suck it through them.
Be like a
Just
whale with the baleen. Just
Did you hear what they told you? Suck it down.
That might have been the best piece of advice and
There
also
are
the
no
most
quitters here,
insightful thing
Jim.
I've ever heard in my entire life.
Just suck it down.
No, use your teeth as a... You know, like a whale. You shoot for krill.
Can you drink that?
Just Brendan Fraser everything right now.
I love the Finding Dory reference.
Nice shout out to Brendan Fraser. Did he make that noise in the movie though? I'm
I
curious.
don't know, but I want to watch you filter that beer.
For fuck's sake.
I think he did
Oh, he's
make
going
that,
for
when
it.
he finally got off the
pressure.
couch, I think he made that
Gotta
noise.
do it in front of the mic. Gotta have to hear that.
Oh, I can do that.
You know the thing is that the beer is so dark and so heavy you can't even see the chunks that are in it. 'Cause
There's no chunks.
They keep
I'd
floating
rather
to the
just
bottom.
put it in my mouth and swallow it.
Turns out it was just a filling that came out. Through.
Oh, there's a chunky.
Look at that tongue.
No wonder your
Yeah.
wife likes you.
You ain't kidding. Are you doing anything after this?
Tolerates me. She
It's because of that.
tolerates me.
Oh, I just got a chunk.
Actually,
It's on the wall.
See?
Yeah.
actually, I had some too, but you know what? I ain't no bitch, so I just swallowed it.
I'm sorry. I got a little dainty throat.
We swallow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cheers.
I got a dainty throat. I
Jesus
can't.
Christ.
Delicate.
Not since
yeah.
Bible camp have I been able
Delicate
to do this.
tonsils.
What, swallow?
Yeah.
That's just water for the record. I just had to What the hell?
Oh my goodness.
It mixed with the beer that was
Is
in
there
there.
chunks in your water?
It's iced tea. I thought this was carbonated water. And
I thought the same thing. I thought you're pouring
Honestly,
it into a glass that had
the
beer
liquid
in
death
it.
iced tea actually is banging.
I just found it at the
love
gas
it.
station.
I really
it's
like it.
delicious.
It's
If anyone would like
super
the
good.
same one,
Sounds
we can pass
like
it
a
around.
Hear that without thinking your body is banging.
Liquid Death, we know you're
Your
doing every
body's
other
banging.
podcast out
Your
there.
body is banging.
Throw some of that
Thanks,
LD
girl.
money our way.
This is good. I like this.
I do 16-ounce curls,
Yeah.
sometimes 2 at a time. That keeps me in good shape.
Nice.
You know, that's
I'm impressed.
yeah. It's Body by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
You can get the
Body
DVD.
by Pabst.
Body by
right.
Pabst.
Now I
You
was
should start body by outside.
I could. I mean, I just got to get more of that bean flicker in
Okay,
me.
here we go. Hear me out. Because I love a good pun and a dad joke. Body by oddside, just call it bodside.
Ooh, outside.
I drink it.
I'm into that.
I swallow that.
Put that in your mouth.
Daryl, we need another beer.
I'm keeping notes.
We're going off the rails here.
I think mine's more like Body by StarCraft.
Yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
one. That's what my body is.
That's
right
mine
now.
too.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot. I'm like, I could probably be skinny if I stop drinking StarCraft all the time.
Nah.
No, not
Yeah, but
worth
then
it.
the
Not
only
worth
problem with that is you're stopping drinking StarCraft. which
Don't do
means-
that.
I don't need that in my life.
it. You're supporting a
You
local
could just run
business.
with
They
me.
would close.
Yeah, and you would have zero.
Why the
you would have
fuck would I
zero
run?
friends.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Just run with me. How about I chase you?
Daryl, we need help.
Okay, I'm into that. You gotta be a little more threatening though. Like at least have a knife, not a gun, because then you could just shoot me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
So
a
that
knife.
just means you have to run fast.
Oh no, scissors! You should run with scissors. I hear that's really good advice from Jim. We need an advice segment. Run with scissors.
Run with scissors.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Good ideas, bad ideas.
Play and catch with Grandpa. Play and catch with Grandpa.
Doesn't mean it won't be a good time.
Yeah, we'll still have fun.
I really miss the Animaniacs for those
yeah.
who remember like that skit, the good idea, bad idea skit. As soon as he
Yes.
said that, like
Well, playing catch with Grandpa is how I blew out my rotator cuff back in the day.
you were throwing your grandfather.
Obviously.
Damn. That's impressive.
Yeah, it was like that movie Midsummer. We always had to sacrifice him, so I just had to yeet him off a cliff.
Good Lord.
I have
luck,
not
Grandpa.
seen that movie, but I've heard I need
neither.
to watch it.
It's a
Yeah.
classic.
It's
Anything
so
by
good.
A24 is pretty
Just
good.
swirl it around really
Oh,
quick.
it's on my
and then
list
just
of things
take
to
it like a
watch.
shot.
Yeah, that's definitely
Oh my
one that I
god!
would.
Despite all,
Especially when I heard like, don't watch this movie. It will,
If
it
you-
will make you.
if you like odd things, like the strange, like
love
that
that.
weird, almost like uncomfortable feeling, there's a lot of movies that
You're
they
gonna
do.
dump that.
I
I'll
like
kill
that.
it. Oh, okay.
no, he's rinsing out the chunks from
There's
my
a,
glass so I can drink good beer.
I didn't mean your glass. I meant the other one he walked up there with. I'm not
There's
gonna
a
drink
new
what's
one
up
with
here.
Joaquin Phoenix. I can't remember. Beau is Afraid or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I
I've
want
heard
to
of
watch
one.
that, but it's 3 hours long, and it's
Good
like,
Lord.
who has 3 hours nowadays?
I'm gonna pass this your way if you don't mind for Phil. On
Oh,
that, please.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Sharing is caring, Jim.
Fuck you. This is
got
this
the
is my
whole-
picture.
Put it in
Picture.
mine.
Bruh.
For those who are just listening,
Support
only,
your
which is
local
everyone,
bartenders, Jim.
Jim has a whole pitcher, and he's being a real big hog about it right now.
Thanks.
I took a picture of me with the pitcher.
Pitcher.
Picture with the picture.
So, are you saying you're pitching or catching?
Yes.
Yes.
Both.
I think when it comes to John,
Little
anything
column A,
goes.
little column B.
Yeah, anything with the hunk, he doesn't care.
That was. Do you want some in there? Or do you,
On the hunk now? Yeah,
Well,
I'll take a
did
little
you?
more.
Is that the? Is
This is a.
Did you just ask him if he wants it in there?
He did.
I normally don't ask. He'll give me the dolphin if he doesn't.
Pour it directly into his mouth. Hey, Rebecca, open up. Make sure you swallow.
Well, we need a picture of that. What the-
You know, I really
Too
want.
slow.
I want to remark. I want to remark that the second episode was when we had to mark this as mature, and
Yep.
I would say that
This might be worse.
things,
no, that
things
was
are normally
explicit.
Don't
This is
invite the
mature.
girls then.
exactly things have normally not been this explicit until we invited you two degenerates.
I mean, we each come with our own explicit label. Obviously, it's like stamped on us.
I haven't even started yet.
This is why we got hired.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm being
drink up.
PG-13.
I was going to say,
Drink
you
up. Let's see how it goes.
Hey,
What is this
cheers.
to? Somebody's got to call it.
This one's for the next beer.
Well, you did bring the two bartenders in and expected them to
Oh
be.
man, that's good.
Oh, I've been holding back.
Why?
I think she's trying to get in your better graces for the judge a favorite employee.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I already have a favorite employee.
We discussed this actually at length.
It's
before we
me, and I'm a
started
I
subcontractor.
mean, Becky can be the favorite bartender. I'm best bar wench, so
I
Yeah, so this
I was given that label.
This favorite employee, are there categories to this? I'm sorry, I didn't want to vapor in your mouth.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
You love to do it in his mouth.
Everyone does, apparently.
No, the fuck I don't. No.
No, so we
I'ma
just
stay in my
Daryl
little
brought us
corner on
over
my Electron.
a pitcher of beer because with this many people, our bottles are running out. Good
Excuse me,
bassy
Doug.
tone.
Hang
No,
on.
I let that roll. I'm not gonna.
That was not good for me. I mean, it was an all right. That was like I'd give that like a 3.
But we keep defaulting back to the SOB, and we've had several drinks of SOB today,
Yeah.
which is
It's
the
the best.
barrel aged.
We just started.
Also explaining the content that you're currently hearing.
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
multiple SOBs we've had in between the beers.
Anyone who's been a regular listener knows that like week by week, it seems to go in like a 3-episode cadence where like the first episode is fine, then you listen next week and it's like, oh, it's a little more spicy. And then you listen to the third one and it's like, oh, it's chaos.
I just wanted to say,
This is only the second one.
I think a
Yeah,
beer.
and then it goes back down to the bottom as you go to the fourth week there, and it's like, oh well, this is very tame, and the cycle repeats itself.
Yeah, the third one, I feel like it's a lot of, I just love you guys so much.
Which episode did shirts come off?
The third one. The third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one hasn't aired yet, has it?
Not yet. Not yet.
Yes. It aired
Oh yeah,
already.
yeah. So by the
yeah,
time
so
y'all listen to this, that you've already heard that episode
Yeah.
and get the joke.
Yeah, that was
That
with
episode
the
was
twins.
last week.
Yeah, that was with the twins.
2
When
weeks ago.
we talked
2 weeks
about
ago.
what was the name of the their cryptocurrency thing, their beer thing they're doing. It's like Metabrew.
Metabrew, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really
Thought I was
interesting.
gonna have to remember
Can we
important
expand
details.
on that?
Yeah, so it's
So
you
if
have to
you tune
listen
into
to
the
it, though.
first
Oh,
episode,
see, yeah.
yeah,
About.
yeah, but just
what
just
is
for
that,
quick
episode
content,
12?
it's just for quick content.
I'm just kidding. I've already listened to that episode.
For context, it is basically like a you buy into this brewery, they sell their cryptocurrency, and instead of it being like a normal NFT or something like that where you buy it and you own X amount of coin and its price fluctuates and yada yada yada, all of that is true except for you also get a beer subscription along with theirs. So it's like once you own that currency, you get beer every month or every quarter or
Oh.
whatever it is. It's very interesting.
So it's almost like stock options, but
Kinda.
with beer.
yeah, like dividends.
I also love how you said instead of a normal NFT, which NFTs have been around for about 12 minutes. And you know the current thing that we do where people draw pictures of frogs?
Oh, and the thing is, it's already dead. Like, by the time people are
Of
learning about
course.
NFTs,
Yeah,
it's
there's like
already
a
dead.
Web 3 thing. I don't even. I skip. Apparently, there's no Web 2. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm skipping over shit.
I'm still
I was
on
into-
cash, so I'm way behind the...
Oh, I like cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, back to today's podcast.
I shave off a
Yeah.
bartender.
Shave off some flakes of gold.
I feel like we have just gone way into the weeds and we've had no
we
focus
derailed
whatsoever.
a little bit, yeah.
Let's take just a minute here and let's hear from our bartenders. Let's hear from Kelly and Becky. Like, just give us a little snapshot. Like,
Who are you?
about your experience here. Yeah, just give us a little bit. And look
you
at each
just
other.
put 'em on
decide.
the spot and look at
Let's
each
go in
other.
alphabetical order.
By first name
Oh,
or
wow.
last name?
Well, my name starts with an R, technically.
Exactly. That's why I knew it would be fun to
But-
watch you fight over it.
we don't call you Rebecca.
Oh, a lot of people do.
It's Becky.
Just a-
Only call
name's
her
Rebecca?
Rebecca when it's either it's dirty time or she's in trouble, which can be the same thing.
That are, two of the same things.
It's,
I will
it's
say,
always
though-
dirty time and in trouble.
I will say categories between dancing and singing. Mondays, if you want to see either of them dance or sing,
That's true.
Come on in.
come in. They're
So
both
that's-
outstanding.
So that's
Really
what I'm
good.
trying to get to here. Is like tell us, just give us something.
Backstory, like how we started here.
Sure.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Well, my daddy brought me here, and I started drinking.
He her dad also sings here on
He
Karaoke
does.
Mondays.
He
Yeah.
does indeed.
Yep. Him and I share Piano Man. We have to go back and forth.
And I
who,
share
who
beers
gets to
with
sing
my horses.
to Piano Man with
you
him.
go.
There you go.
Yeah.
But on point, we're not talking
No,
about
yeah.
her
So I
dad.
started drinking here, and then I saw they needed help, and then I started working here. And now I'm never allowed to leave.
I don't even think I hired her. I think she just started going in the back.
I did. Yeah, I just kind of started like, oh yeah, I'll just pour the beer.
That's how I got a job at Radio Shack. I was there so much. Like, hey, you want a job? I'm like, okay.
That's about
And now they're out of business. Thanks, Johnny.
I bring the
Trust me,
business.
it's for the best.
Where am
I bring
supposed
the
to get
business
audio
in.
video cables now?
Some of it's creepy, but I bring it.
Timu. Timu.
So Kelly, what's
Timu.
your story? Your story is similar, I take it.
Well, I don't know how in depth you want me to go.
Oh, we want the
got
the
time.
dirty
As in depth.
details.
Okay, so
All right, we're done. That's it.
And we'll see you next
cut me
week.
off. Best barman has to leave now. So we started coming here. Mark and I did, my husband, and because our friend had a food truck. And we're like, we never heard of this brewery. We live like less than 20 minutes away. So we're like, okay, we'll come check it out. And came for the Bosco sticks, stayed for the beer.
Yeah, Bosco sticks? How the fuck did I not know
No,
about
the
that?
Right?
food truck.
truck.
The food truck did.
Oh,
the food truck did.
Get the fat man all excited about good
I'll
food.
say, you're telling me someone will drive me Bosco sticks? That sounds amazing.
They used to, but they disbanded, and that's no longer a thing.
That's
But
a damn shame.
kept coming here for 2 years, and then Daryl said he needed help. So I was like, hey, I want to quit my job and do this.
There you go.
Back to school.
I told her I didn't pay.
You done fucked up.
I mean,
very specific
I mean,
that he did
I'm a
not pay.
trophy. I'm a trophy wife now, so
Yeah?
stay-at-home cat mom.
There you go.
I
Congratulations.
did offer to work for free.
How do I get to be a trophy wife?
I
Is
was.
my question.
That was my
Okay, so
question
Becky's
as
the
well.
favorite then.
I did offer to work for just tips and beer.
Hey, we're gonna vote on that
Just
later.
the tip.
We're gonna.
It doesn't count if it's just the tip.
So have you guys done origin stories of like how the first time you came in here? Is that a thing that's happened yet?
I've never come here.
I've talked a little.
I have, but
More
we can
like
change
you never
that.
leave.
Talked a
can't- we
little
can
bit
change that.
about.
I came here once, but it was in the bathroom.
Were you alone?
That's what I was getting at.
God.
Oh,
So,
sorry,
you know,
did I
No, he had an audience. So if you
No,
listen to our past
Jim was in there with
episode-
him.
Yes.
If you listen to our past episode, in the men's room, if you're sitting down doing your business, there's a picture on the wall of it's like a prohibition when prohibition ended and everybody's in the bar like,
clapping.
hey,
That makes you want to
go
come?
look, go look.
No, it's like
no.
good job, boys. You did it.
He's not alone. He had an audience.
Yeah.
Oh, you're an exhibitionist.
They were
I take
cheering
it.
me
I
on
take
the
it more
entire
so
time.
as like, good job pooping, yay!
I was gonna say that's how I would take it. Like,
Yeah,
I would
so
want to
we-
go in there and be like, "Ooh,
I
they're
would
cheering
really
me on.
think-
I got
I
this."
would
Do you think
really
I
hope
have
that's
no
the
class?
intention.
I would never poop in a public restroom.
Don't break eye contact with the people in the
Jim has raised
photo.
his hand. Let the floor acknowledge
it's like a
Jim.
school class here.
Mr. Jim, go ahead, please.
It's
Thank you for your contribution.
It's going to be difficult.
Whenever you
for-
want to talk and feel ready and comfortable, just go ahead and start.
Do you want me to punch him?
I'm
So that's
sweating.
what my note is about, is that no one's going to be able to hear anything if 6 people are talking at the same time. So I wanted to go back to what they had said about, have we done the origin stories about how we actually found our way here?
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever actually shared that. And it would be interesting having
Yes.
this many people here to share how we discovered this place.
yeah.
And since I have the talking
first.
stick, apparently,
I'm interested, so go right ahead.
when they opened up, it was actually like the same week or the week after the local Hamlin pub opened up here. They're kind of like a local chain restaurant. And I went in there, and Mike, I can't remember Mike's last name, but he
Zanka.
he came
Wait,
in
am I
here.
allowed to say that?
God bless you.
He was
I don't
managing
know
up
that
there.
name.
I'm not gonna edit it.
And he's a nice guy. He was a really nice guy.
Really good guy.
And he had mentioned, he's like, oh, have you guys checked out the brewery yet? And I'm like, what do you mean brewery? Like, I'm normally on top of that sort of shit. Like, I would know if there was a brewery in the small ass town that we live in. And I didn't. And I said, okay, cash is out. I'm leaving. And so Kaylin and I drove up here, and I think they had only been open for not even a week. And they had their just the standard beers on tap, like the 4 or 5 beers you guys had on tap. And I, knew they had a mug club because Daryl mentioned it. And I didn't know anyone. And I came in and there was no one else here but me and Kaylin. And I said, yeah, well, give me a flight. I said, I want to try everything you have. And I've been to plenty of brewery openings and plenty of new breweries and even some breweries that have been open for a year. And you very rarely find a brewery where these, individuals have gone from being home brewers and working in a, kind of like a larger space where their beers are actually good.
Yeah.
And every single one of their beers was like better than acceptable. It was good. I was like, wow, all these beers actually taste like what they were going for. I would drink all of these again. And I'm like, give me a mug. I'm like, I'm only 3 miles away. I know I'm going to come. Even if your beer was mediocre, I would have been coming back because
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Like, 'cause
beer was.
the way I figured it, I was like, I'm gonna get a mug because they told me they were doing limited mug numbers. Like, they're like, we're gonna do this amount of mugs and that's it. Like, we're not gonna do any more. So I knew that my time to cash in was now.
Yeah.
And so I bought my mug, and there was a lot of numbers left, and I chose my mug number that I will not mention because then Johnny will have to bleep it. But they
that'd be funny.
Anybody who's bartending here knows exactly what mug it is, and when you ring it in, it says my name, and they're like, "Well, you're not Jim. Like, we know who Jim is." But yeah, I was sold immediately, and I wasn't going to pass up an opportunity to get a mug here. Like, and I still have every year you renew, and you can get a new mug with your renewal. And I refuse to get a new mug every year because just like our good friend Gary, we have our OG mugs.
You have the green one, right?
Yes, the 2019.
So jealous.
And it has both mine and Gary's have a slight imperfection on the handle that you can feel. So every time I pick it up, I check. And if I don't feel that, I'm like, oh, I grabbed somebody else's mug.
That's home.
Yeah, exactly.
That mug is your comfort zone. Yeah, no, that's. I mean, I was in a very similar situation. We had heard inklings that there was going to be a brewery opening up here, a couple years after I had moved up here, and I was just, ecstatic. I'm like, okay, cool. This is going to be fantastic. We're going to have a local brewery that's really close to home, all that kind of stuff. And same thing. So I was with my first wife at the time, and she
first wife at the time.
So I maybe this is the reason we ended up splitting up, is that, she didn't do the research to see that the brewery was already open. So we came in.
She works at a brewery, if I'm not mistaken, right?
She did for a while.
Yeah.
Yep. Before she got into her whatever she does now, she was working at a brewery. So we came up here after we had found out it was already open, and we had just missed the initial mug club.
They sold out quick. How long did it take to sell out the first round of mugs?
The first round, so we ended up Dad wanted only 50 mugs to start with. We ended up going with 100.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you did, because my mug number is over 50. So there was ones under 50, but still.
Well, we ended up going for 100. We sold all of those out within 30 days. And we actually had one person come in and ask for a badge number. And it was past the 100 mark. So I won't say which one, but it was past 100 mark. So we sold one additional mug past 100. So we had one unknown, way out there number, and the rest 1 through 100. So in the second year, we had to add the 50, so we were up to 150, so we could cover that number in there. So now we're 150, we're done. That's as many as we'll get.
So you finish your origin story.
We have an agreement for the one mug number if they ever go that high.
Okay.
If it ever goes to 151, you will know what John's number is.
No, it's significantly higher than that. Starts with a 6.
Ends with a 9. Oh,
yeah, we figured.
No, that one was taken, so I got 96 instead.
Well, that's fine, because Jim's is
I should
420.
probably believe that one.
That's funny you say that, because whenever I go to a brewery like that I get a mug at, 42 or 66 are the numbers I choose, because one of them is 420 and the other one is the mark of the beast.
There you go.
So
again, high school graduation date, June 6, 2006, class of 666.
Iron Maiden fan over here.
I have a tattoo.
Yes.
Friday the 13th.
Could I see it?
I have a tattoo inside my lip, and initially, me and my friends were supposed to go on June 6, 2006 and get 666 tattooed inside of our lips, so that when, the devil finally comes back, if you have the mark of the beast, you're allowed to do business in the afterworld.
Yeah, but he mixed up his dates and actually went on Jan 6. And he went to Washington, D.C.
Yes, it says Man Crew. There are 4 people with this tattoo that are all the founding members of the Man Crew.
I've met a few.
Shout out Man Crew.
Will I be safe if I have the devil horns, like the?
Yeah, you have to know to send the. Oh yeah, you do have them.
Okay, I have nothing. Can I just be safe because
You're safe.
She's Becky.
Yeah. But so we've devolved again. So
Oh no, that's yeah.
Oh, do it.
So
I want to hear it.
no, this
I
cannot be
want to hear
recorded.
John's. I want to hear John's origin story. I want him to finish his origin story.
So finally, after us being
His villain
delayed
arc.
from a few months and not realizing that the place was already open, we just happened to walk in. It was a pretty busy night, but I do remember specifically Daryl taking a ton of time to come and hang out with us, and like we tried all the different. And same as what you were saying, this was one of the only breweries that that I've gone to where it's like everything that I've had, I truly enjoy.
Yeah,
and
it was
it
good.
wasn't even like, okay, that one's okay. It's like you get a flight and you're like, well, what do I want for my full one? And you actually had to make that decision.
And it's hard.
Yep. And then so
whenever I come in, it's just like that you could pour me anything and I'm going to be happy about it.
Right. So then the following year, when I did get to join, I deviated from you slightly, whereas every year I do get the new mug, but I always kept my original mug here, which was the 2021, the blue one, until I got the legacy mug because now I'm better than all of you.
Thank you for that.
Yours is bigger than everyone's at the table.
When you drink out of
I don't
it.
know. I think the owner's probably got a pretty big
So
one.
now I have
I don't care to find out.
Now I have a nice display in my kitchen of all 4 of my other mugs.
Nice.
And it kind of hurt a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as I love getting the legacy mug, it was weird taking my original mug that had been here for almost 4 years now and taking that home.
Yeah, the legacy mug was a little bit of a lottery. If you
It
guys
was.
don't
Yeah,
know.
I didn't do anything special to do it.
Are you sure?
And it is lifetime.
Yes.
It is 4 more ounces more.
And it's big and black.
And you have.
That was my favorite
Isn't
part.
there a quote once you go?
Yep.
Go back.
Well, that makes sense because
Didn't happen to me.
the first time.
Me either.
See, the first time
I think we need to wrap this episode up. Let's go, man.
Okay, the first time I tasted that mug, I was like, my lips were like, you've been here before. So that was one of those things.
Wow, that sounds like going home in a
felt at
good
home.
way. Yeah.
All right, Johnny Orange, we
So
need to hear your
moving
origin
on,
story.
time for Johnny Orange's origin story.
If you didn't learn anything today, at least remember this. Beer is the answer that makes everything better.
Can't remember the question, but who cares when you have a cold one in your hand?
Remember, everybody, drink responsibly, drink high gravity.
Most importantly, drink well.
Okay, not the well. Life's too short for bad beer.
Stay frothy, my friends.